My name is Joshua Adigun. I am a Microsoft certified trainer. Welcome to my YouTube channel, AJ Tech House. Today, I'll show you how to connect to SharePoint Online PowerShell module. So this is a short tutorial, and this came about as a result of a colleague of mine who is an enterprise Exchange Online expert and a security expert. And then he wanted to try his hands on SharePoint Online, to do some things with PowerShell. And then he had difficulties connecting to PowerShell for SharePoint. There was red errors everywhere. We used to call it blood. There was blood everywhere. There was errors everywhere. And then he reached out. I had to go on the call with him and then show him how to connect to SharePoint Online module using PowerShell. This is a very simple and short tutorial. However, before I dive into the steps on how to connect to PowerShell, SharePoint Online using PowerShell, I'd like you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my videos, and then also share this with your colleagues that you know need these videos. Also, I'd like you to turn on the notification button so that you can be notified of every new video I drop. So without wasting much time, I'll go to the next slide where I have a step-by-step process of connecting to PowerShell. Quickly, I'll run you through the slides and then we'll jump right in connecting to SharePoint Online PowerShell. So first, what you need to do is to open up your SharePoint Admin Center. Why do you need to open up your SharePoint Admin Center? This is because you need to get this. You see this URL here. You need to be able to get your domain name URL. And then the next steps, which the admin also need to perform using Windows PowerShell, is to download the latest SharePoint Online PowerShell module. Here I wrote SPO. SPO means SharePoint Online. So after you download it, you also need to install it. As you can see here, the next step is install the just downloaded SPO PowerShell module. And then the next thing is to check the version of the SPO PowerShell module you just downloaded. So that's when you need to run this command, get module name microsoft.online.sharepoint.powershell and the likes, which is the number 4th step. And then the next step is for you to be able to check, basically to install this module. So I have this install module here because I am running PowerShell on my OS, or my OS is running PowerShell version 5 upward. If your OS is not running PowerShell version 5, I will show you how you can also connect or to install these modules. After you have installed that, you also need to update, because sometimes there are some modules that do not come with the just installed module. So you just need to update to ensure that you have all the commandlet package available for you to work perfectly without stress using the SharePoint Online PowerShell module. And then the next step is for you to connect to the SharePoint Online. So there are two ways. We have the basic authentication where you use your username and password to connect. And then we have the multi-factor authentication where you use username and password to connect. And also you have additional layer of security where you use one-time password is sent to your email or to your phone just to ensure that your tenant, your Microsoft 365, your SharePoint is secure against unauthorized access. After you do that, the next step is to enjoy using PowerShell to customize your SharePoint. So quickly, without wasting much time, let's dive into the practical session. So I'll click escape here. I'll minimize this. I would go to my browser and then show you how or where to download the SharePoint Online Management Shell. So if you recall in the PowerPoint, the URL is here from which you can download the SharePoint Online Management Shell. And this is where you can download it. All you need to do is hit download. So if you are a French person, a Chinese, a German, Italian, a Japanese, Portuguese, Russian, or Spanish, or your system is in any of these languages, you could just select any language you want and then download. However, I want English, which is English here. So you should change back to English here. So I just hit download. It's done. So all I need to do is double click on this to run it and then follow through the steps of installation. And after I'm done installing, all I need to do is click on the start button, or I can press the Windows key on my keyboard and then I type SharePoint. So you can see I have SharePoint Online Management Shell here. I need to run it as an administrator. I click on run as admin. It brings me to the admin SharePoint Online Management Shell. Next thing I need to do is to get the modules. First, you need to check if you have already installed Management Shell by running this module. So like I showed you in the PowerPoint, you need to check the version to see if you have installed it. I'll just click on copy here. I go to my shell, just right click with my mouse or I click on it and then Control V to paste. Press enter. It shows me that I have version 16.0.25110.5. What I need to do next is to ensure my operating system is using PowerShell 5. I can install the SharePoint Online Management Shell by running this. I'll copy this and then paste here and click on install. Now it says you are installing the modules from untrusted repository. Yes, this is Microsoft telling you that this is from untrusted repository, and this is because we have contributors, independent contributors that are contributing to some of these Microsoft products. However, these are all vetted by Microsoft. Microsoft would not push out any module or anything that would compromise your tenant. Once again, before I continue, I'd like you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, AJ Tech House. Like my video, turn on the notification button so that you can be notified of every new video I drop. Share the video or videos I have on my YouTube channel with your colleagues that you think would want to start out in cloud computing, SharePoint Online, Azure Active Directory, Exchange Online. You can also request for any video around tech. Hit the comment section and tell me what video you like me to make for you, and I will do just that. Coming back to the video, I would select A, which is yes to all, and I press enter. Next step is to see if I have administrative privileges on the system or not. You might be using your work PC, and then your PC is domain joined in the Active Directory depending on how your company runs, and then you cannot perform some tasks, some admin task on the PC. If you do not have an administrative privilege on the system, you can still install SharePoint Online Management Shell for the current user. Just copy this commandlet here and then you run that. Then to ensure that I have all the available commands, like I told you here, to ensure that I have all the available commands, I need to run update. So this is just like checking to ensure that you have everything. Right? I copy this, I come back here and then I paste. This is not an issue actually. However, you could copy this error, search on the internet for what it means and how to resolve it. But this is not an issue because here I already have version 16 of the module already installed. I don't have to worry. All I need to do next is to connect to SharePoint Online Management Shell using my username and password or using multi-factor authentication. So if I'm using username and password, that is basic authentication, I would use this command. However, if I'm connecting with multi-factor authentication, I would use this command. So the difference is for username and password, you are adding the credential here. However, here you're not adding the credential. My account does not have multi-factor authentication. Please ensure you use an account that has administrative privileges. Remember what I told you, open your SharePoint to get your URL. So for admin, you have to add a -admin here. So I'll just copy this to my shell, paste this. I need to then input my password and then I click on connect. So I'm connected to SharePoint Online. I'll run a quick command to get SPO site. This should show me the list of SharePoint sites I have in my tenant. That's how you know it's connected. You could use this syntax, add identity and other things. I just want to get the list of SharePoint site. Just copy this, come to the shell, paste this, and then press enter to show me all the list of SharePoint site I have. Voila! These are the list of SharePoint sites I have in my Microsoft 365 tenant. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, AJ Tech House. Like the video, share with your colleagues that you think might need it, and hit the comment section and tell me what video you want me to make for you around tech. I will do just that. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Cheers. Bye bye.